guys, welcome to another video on Yukio Fausto channel. So we're here today at SIDEX Japan and we're gonna talk about Ebisu Minami Jump. So this track on the last few months have so many news about, and everyone comment on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. So I'm here today to explain about what's going on Minami course and what's going to happen from now to like 10 years or whatever. And today, so Ebisu Kumakubo did the interview with the option on the D1 round. So I'm going to use the video and try to translate to you guys, so you guys can watch the Japanese video or can watch my video and understand better what is going to happen and what is going on Ebisu Minami Jump. So yeah, Ebisu Minami, I think everyone understands the name, so I'm going to just say Minami. So the Ebisu Minami course is already 30 years doing the drift events, and D1 GP is already 21 years making the events there. So Minami course already 30 years having drivers coming from everywhere, and very famous track. So I think any country, if you ask about this track, everyone knows. So it's a very famous place until now, until next month. Still, I think after it will be, still the same image, but next month is going to be the last for any driver in the world. If you want to try to drive at this moment, so you have to come and try to drive, because the owner decided to close down end of November after having the last round on D1 GP, when it's going to decide who is the championship for 2021, and it's going to be the last chance. Before the D1 GP you have to come and try drive, because after it's going to be no time to try driving very famous track, Ebisu Minami. The Ebisu Minami course is very famous everywhere. After Daigo did the jump for the first, Daigo was the first driver to do the jump on Ebisu Minami. So after he did the jump and the video get viral, Ebisu get more and more famous. So everyone came and tried to challenge the track and crash the car, losing, get hurt, and crash again, and fix the car, drive, crash again. So many drivers from everywhere tried to do this track and have a challenge here. So the owner finally decided, so it's not going to be more possible to have a drift car with high power, with like surface for drift, to come over and try to drive at this place. Also he's saying about the layout on the track. So the layout is not going to be, the layout is going to be same, 100% same. He's not going to change any corner, any detail on the track, but the surface is going to take everything out, and it's going to be a lot off-road surface. But it's not going to use like big rocks or anything. Like, it's going to be an off-road surface, but he wants to use a kind of different stuff. He not really mention the details about this, the material he want to use, but he wants to use something. He's not going to get dust, and you don't need to use like big rocks on the track and get damage on the cars or anything. So this plan for the track is going to be something like this. He don't mention anything, so it's gonna be like, after get done, that's the only way to see like on every detail what's going on there. And yeah, there's not much details. I think he just no one says something and everyone's getting the wrong image or wrong message. So for him, so he decided to bring like a different motorsport race for Minami. So he wants to use the track to bring drivers from rally, off-road drivers. If you don't want to drive a FR car, you can drive a four-wheel drive car, and it's still using the same track, same level of power, and different drivers can come and join Ebisu, because at the moment you have to be a race driver or you have to be a drift. I don't know if you guys know about this, but Minami course on the first year, 30 years ago, was an off-road track. So to use a motorbike, motocross or motorbike, to like ride on the off-road. So after that, the guys decide to change the surface and make a go-kart track. It's very small go-kart track. If you guys look in videos like 20 years ago, you guys are gonna understand what style it was that time. And after a few years, Kumakubo decided to start drifting, and he decided to make some changes to the track and make the track wider, bigger, because he wanted big corners for because the cars at the moment was stock and so many 8.6 driving around, but you know, the cars always getting like power up level, and so he had to make some changes, and this make Ebisu a drift track and very famous. So he think Ebisu Minami already make a huge image at the moment, and now I think it's time for some change, and he can create another, you know, another new time for, you know, motorsports, I believe. And he's trying to be very clear about his feeling, you know. He's not happy about this decision. He really sad because he have really good memories there. He already got the D1 GP championship on 2005, I believe, 2004. I'm not sure, but he got the championship over there. And you know, everyone have good memories. He have a good memory. He's already like 30 years doing the same thing from the same place, you know. And you have to work really hard to make this well, because the drift, everyone thinks makes money, but you can really spend so much money, you don't have idea. And so for him, it's really sad, but to make the things go, you know, make progress and look forward in the future, he thinks it's time to change. Sometimes he feels like a little bit early is not the right time to do, but if you don't make the decision, always you're gonna get this fear, and you know, he's not gonna move forward. So he decides it's the time. Now is the time. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's too early, but you have to make a decision anytime, you know. So that was his feeling about the decision. And also, he mentioned about the car situation at the moment in Japan. Not just in Japan, I think everyone, like everywhere in the country, or sorry, in the world, is about the situation. You cannot find turbo cars, you cannot find the drift cars anymore, you cannot buy cheap cars anymore, you cannot buy parts cheap anymore. Sometimes you cannot find the parts anymore. So this situation is going to be struggling for all the drivers, drift drivers, and I believe the drift drivers is the hardest, you know, one at the moment. So he realized if you want to drive in Ebisu, you have to have some power and some good car to make, you know, enough for a competition, or maybe safe enough to drive over there. So he realized if he changed the surface, so more drivers will come to drive, because you know, you can use a less power car, cheaper car. And also now, because you cannot find cars anymore, he believes the new 8.6, they have like around 200 horsepower. It will be enough to join all the corners and to lead all the corners on Minami jump, because the layout is going to be the same, but you have less speed, less power, no smoke, and you know, but you still can have fun with less power car, cheaper, and other drivers, front wheel drive or rear wheel drive or four wheel drive, all the different type of cars can join the track on the same layout, same situation, or maybe sometimes the same moment, you know. That's the whole idea for the Minami. So Kumakubo also believe in few years, he no mentioned in like 5 or 2, 3, 4 years, whatever. He mentioned like in few years, he believed the D1 GP will open a class, or we will do a drift competition with four-wheel drive cars, with off-road surface, or kind of like this stuff. Because at the moment the cars in Japan is getting really hard to find, really expensive to buy. So he believed in few years everything is going to be different, you know, because 30 years ago the drift cars start with like stock power, everything, and you know, after the guys start upgrading power, suspension, lock kit and everything. So maybe it's time to change everything else, because the cars is gonna be like way harder to find, and impossible to buy. So he believed the D1 GP will create a class or maybe an event using like off-road surface and four-wheel drive cars, or yeah, it's gonna be something different. So he wanted to be there first. So that's why he trying to change everything before it happens. I don't know if you guys heard about this year in February, Fukushima had a really huge earthquake. So the earthquake, I don't remember how strong was the earthquake, but the earthquake destroyed one track in Ebisu, was called the Driftland. I think some people never drove there because they open only in the winter time, and the Driftland got destroyed. And each course, the back straight on the back corner is get destroyed there. And so D1 D1 made the event on niche course already. It's similar layout in the Formula Drift Japan, but it's a little bit different, you know, because it's a drift competition. The guys don't want to do the same stuff by using the same track, just, you know, do some small change to make the look different. But D1 already make event there. So after it happened this earthquake, Kumakubo had new ideas about the track. And after the earthquake happened, so everyone from everywhere in the world got contact with the Ebisu circuit. Lots of people helping out, lots of people donate money, and he no wants to use this money to fix the tracks, to fix the damage, and just, you know, be the same was before. So his plan is to use all the support, all the money, and he really thankful about this, about everyone, you know, about support, about the power everyone giving to Ebisu. He wants to use everything to make something new, you know, to make everyone happier and to make everyone excited about coming to Ebisu and driving. And yeah, also Kumakubo want to use the situation about the earthquake on each course to make a new track. So it's not going to change the niche course layout, but you're going to make another course. So you can choose which course you want to drive, niche short, niche long, or niche bank. So the niche bank is going to be on the back corner where it happened, the earthquake, where the damage on the earthquake happens. So that's where Kumakubo want to build a bank there, like in America, on the Formula Drift America. So everyone is gonna like drifting on the back straight and initiation on the corner there. He probably gonna build a wall there, so all the spectators, all the drivers can join the wall with the smoke and make a really good competition. So his plan in 2022, D1 GP can make the event over there and renew the track and make a new image for Ebisu circuit 2022. So after the old support he get from everyone, so he want to give something back. So what he want to do is make the track not 100% fun to drive. He want to make like 120, 150% much better. He want to make everyone impressed about the change in Ebisu. So he want to realize the event there, because after 20 years doing the drift competition on Minami Jump, so he want to start a new time and starting on new track and new image. And so he want everyone to enjoy a new place to make the D1 Grand Prix or other competitions. And probably on normal days you'll be able to drive too, but not like, you know, probably you're gonna have to hire the track or something. But this is his plan, you know. He wants to give something really good back to everyone who helped out, everyone who gave, you know, donate some money to help out and bring back Ebisu back to the drift life and for drift drivers. Because it's kind of, we're gonna lose one track and get another one, you know. It's like a change, but I think he don't really have this plan because the earthquake not happen for a reason, I believe. So just use the situation to make something new. Kumakubo is kind of guy who make a plan in 10 years. So 10 years ago he made a plan to everything happen until at this moment, except the COVID. Except the COVID. So he made a plan 10 years ago to everything, you know, at the track, events and everything to happen like this. And from now on, he have a plan already for 10 years, you know, after from now to 10 years to make and realize the motorsport off-road or rally track and drift on the sand or whatever, and he wants to make something different. So he already have 10 years, is his goal, 10 years to make this happen. So it's huge, you know, to make 10 years plan. It's not easy thing to do, and probably he's doing lots, you know, search about the motorsports, and it's gonna be hard to make it happen, but I believe, you know, he have lots of companies behind of this, and he's gonna make something really incredible to make, you know, everyone try to forget a little bit about Minami and just focus on me. So Ebisu image at the moment is like, you know, a drift place. So for, you know, cars, race cars, drift cars, and kind of like just, you know, these two competitions, the two like type of race. And so he realized he wanted to make Ebisu more, you know, expand Ebisu for the other type of races. Example, the bike racing I already have on Higashi course, and he want to make the off-road, so rally course or rally, you know, cars. And so the only way this happened, because Ebisu having 7 tracks at the moment, so he want to make 7 tracks with 4 different type of races: bike, drift cars, race cars, and off-road. So he want to join all the motorsport on the only one place. So that's his goal, you know, to make Ebisu this big, you know. In the future, he want to run like a Super GT race or Formula 1, or not Formula 1, Super Formula race, and, you know, having like this huge type of racing with drift together at the same place inside the Ebisu. So he kind of used the example about the gym, you know. When you go to the gym and the training gym, you go there and you have different machines to work different muscles. So he wanted to do Minami on the same way, he wanted to do Ebisu on the same way, but you go on different track and you have kind of different type of racing, and you go different other one and you can drive a different car or a bike or whatever. So his plan is like, you just bring a huge truck over and you bring a drift car, bike, off-road car, and a race car inside the same truck, and you just go on different tracks and everyone can have fun on the same time, different type of racing on the same place, you know. So it sounds like impossible at the moment, not right now, because, you know, Ebisu, who knows Ebisu, like, who knows Ebisu is like a place for drift and race. But to make everything happen in 10 years, it's gonna be a hard work, but I believe it's gonna be possible in 10 years, but at the moment I think it's gonna be more off-road racing. And maybe in future, you're gonna take the Super GT racing and the Super Formula racing over to make huge event in Ebisu. And one day maybe we can join that, we never know. So he mentioned about the drift, how much money you can spend just doing a drift practice day. So, because, you know, we spend lots of money on tires, fuel, cars, because the car is expensive too, you know, right? And he wants to change this, so bring the off-road surface, so you can drive a less power car, cheaper car, and you still can get practice for drifting. So I think, you know, because the whole situation made his decision stronger, and he realized, because he spent so much money already on drift cars, you know, the Team Orange, doing the D1 GP, and he realized maybe it's time to us to change, not the sport, you know, because the sport is already, the development already on the sport is already done. So we can do some changes for sure, but if the drivers can make an easy way to go there and practice and have fun, you know, it will be better for us for sure, and for the sponsors. Also, he mentioned about the level, the drift skills, you know, level, because you want to make a place where the beginner drive and the professional driver can drive on the same place, same type of car, at the same situation. So his idea is to make a track, so Ebisu is going to be maybe the first one in the world you can come over and have so many type of races, and you can do a practice like same type of car if you have a different level of skills, but still can drive together. Because in Japan, the top drivers, race top drivers, build the car in Japan, the Japanese car, and bring out or bring over to Europe and drive over there the competitions, and the drivers from there never really came to Japan, except if you have like a special event or something, came to Japan and do the drive, do the practice runs or whatever. So he wants to change this. So he wants all the drivers from the other countries come to Japan, use the Japanese car in Japan, and make the events happen in Japan. Everyone can get here and get like the skills, the driver skills, much better in Ebisu. So you can come over and you can have the simulator, because Ebisu now have the simulator, so you can do like a practice on the simulator, and you can go out, get the bike, get a ride there, and try off-road, or try use, the guys doing like a circle drift with the bikes now, or you can get your drift car, go like to North Course or Niche Course, drive over there, or you get your Evo, Evolution, or the new 86 and go the off-road and can drive. It's gonna be something so crazy, and at the moment, if you think about it's like, I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but it's something he make a plan already, so let's see what's gonna happen. And next month, November, end of the month, is gonna happen the 2021 final round D1 Grand Prix in Ebisu Minami Jam. So that is gonna decide who is gonna be the champion 2021 and who is gonna be the last driver to win a competition on the Minami Jam. So Kumakubo very excited about the last round on D1 Grand Prix, because he doing this for 21 years already, and he very excited to see who's going to be the champion there, and he very excited to everyone, because the COVID cases now is going really like down on the numbers. So he thinks the spectators is going to be a huge amount on the last round, and people can watch the last round on D1 Grand Prix in Minami and have fun, and the drivers probably is going to be enjoying a lot, because it's going to be the last round. So if you crash a car, whatever, after it's going to be the off season, so everyone's going to be come and drive really hard, and probably are going to go over there and watch for sure, because we're never going to see this again, so it's going to be very important for everyone. And for the last round on D1 Grand Prix, the spectators are going to be allowed to walk inside the track after the event. So Kumakubo talked to D1 at the moment now, and he's going to give a chalk to everyone. Chalk, I don't know if that's right. And everyone is going to use to write on the wall, tires, on the surface, on the ground, and to write a good memory you had on Ebisu before. So it's going to be the last time everyone's going to have contact with Ebisu Minami Jam, and yeah, it's kind of sad idea, but if you really believe on the future, maybe it's a good idea, to have your memory there, take a picture, and after everything's gonna be ripped off anyway, but is it true? So it's kind of a nice idea for him, and D1 probably is gonna be allowing everyone to go inside there and have this moment at the track, and let's see what's gonna happen. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I did my best. I tried to translate every word Kumakubo just say on the option video, and everyone can understand better and enjoy our channel. Yukio Fausto, give your like, hit the subscribe button, and our page SIDEWAYSX, SIDEX Japan. You guys have to follow on Instagram, Facebook, because we're gonna update every week or every day if possible something new for you guys, and hope you guys can join us soon in Japan, and see you soon. Bye.